Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have a good news for you. I decided to switch my speaking language, to switch it on English. The first my lesson was on my native language, Russian, but today I will speak English with you. My name is Dima and I'm going to tell you about web developing, about full stack developing. I will develop dating social network in front of you. Last time I created the repository in GitHub. You can go and see. On the first page I describe the basic functionality of my project. So it will be simple registration, editing profile and blah blah blah. So, and about architecture I also mentioned it. I will use Angular framework. On the front end side it will be two application, web application for browser and mobile application. It's a hybrid application using Ionic framework. And on the back end I will use Python and Django framework and its libraries like Django REST framework for the REST API, Django channels for the WebSockets communication, and WebRTC for the broadcasting video and audio streams. And now I'm gonna tell you shortly and briefly about what I did previously when spoke Russian. So I created one issue here and I describe it, everything I did last time. So, and what I did, I created front-end folder. I created empty workspace in that folder using that command. So if you want to do it, you need to have ng command up and running on your computer. Then I generate, using ng command, generate two applications, web and mobi applications. Then I initialized a config file for Ionic by this command. Then I add everything I need for Ionic. It's a couple of libraries. Then I started new application by Ionic to get an example. And from that example I copy paste one directory which is named app, but before I created another new library by the command generate library shell lib. So, and this library I created for sharing some functionality between my two applications, web and mobi. And then I got such interface. And today I'm gonna dwell on the backend side of my super project and create the new Django application or project as you wish. And at the beginning I'm gonna open terminal, then go to my desktop and open the folder just dating and change my directory to this folder. Then I will create one special file under the name requirements, this one, txt. People usually do that for the listing of requirements, and that's actually what I'm gonna do now. And I need Django, the first library. Then I need to create virtual environment for my Python packages. I will create it by the command virtual env. Then I need to mention the version of my Python 3 and then the name of the folder of environment. Good, now I have a new folder env and I need to activate this environment by this command dot then dot been activate. So after that I can install my requirements using the command pip install r, it means resource, and mention my new file requirements txt. And now I'm getting Django 3.6 version. I copy this one and paste here. Just freeze the version. So from now on, I guess I can use the command Django admin. Yeah, I was right. So, and then I can use this command to create my new project, and I name it backend. Good. And now I got a new folder backend with the simple structure of my backend project. Inside the backend folder I have another one backend with the files of settings of my project, and manage pi, it's a command manager, of course. I will use it very often, the whole day. And I can do it right now and create a database and run manage pi migrate command. Oops, sorry, I forgot to change my directory on backend, and then repeat. Good, now I have a database file. As you can see, by default the database is DB SQLite 3 database. Good. So it means I have all the tables inside one file. I can open it by my DB browser for SQLite and see the tables. Good. And what I'm gonna do next is to create the super user. Create super user, just to make it possible to log in the admin interface. So I will name it admin, email address, password admin, password admin. It's very simple and short. Yes, I agree. And now I can easily run the develop server by command run server, I guess. Yeah, run server, and I even can mention the port. Okay, let it be 8989. I'm opening the browser and go to the port 8989 and see the interesting page, welcome page with congratulations and blah blah blah. Okay, good. So what next? Next I will add a couple another packages, libraries here in requirements txt. I add Django REST framework one, drf yozg, this for Swagger interface, and of course channels for the WebSockets. Then I go to my terminal, get it a little bit wider, split it, and activate virtual environment and run pip install requirements txt, but in up level. Then I'm gonna open my editor in current folder and see what I have inside my project. I have absolutely nothing yet. Not nothing, but something I have. I have backend folder and settings py file. Where I can add my application that I just installed here. So the first will be REST framework, then channels, then Yosk. And after saving this file, I see that my server is got down, and it says that you have not set a SGI application. Okay, I will go to the documentation and see how can I do it. I opened documentation, installation, Django channels. That's what I did, but I didn't do next. I see that I need to create some kind of application in separate file, routing py. I don't know why routing py. Let me name it channels appy. Okay. In the backend folder, I create new file, channels appy, and here I just copy paste this strings and paste it here. Good. Now I need to mention this application inside my settings py file and define this kind of variable. Okay, I'll go to the end and somewhere here, and then I point it to the backend channels appy, application. Good, seems like correct. Now I open terminal here inside my editor. I think it will be more comfortable. Then activate the virtual environment, that just dating environment, and run my server. Very nice, very nice. Now I see my server is running on 8000 port, but in addition I see ASGI channels version. Good. So now I substitute the previous one to the channels server. It's like a wrapper. And now my server can serve WebSocket connection. So now I want to install Swagger interface. I open URL spy, this is my routing, and see only one admin. And now I'm gonna create addition URLs. But first let me import some libraries that I need. Permissions, get scheme view function, and open API. And now I'm going to define specific variable, scheme view. Then I use get scheme view function and define OpenIP info. And here I will find several things. First, title, default version, description, terms of services, contact, welcome, license, BSD license, enjoy guys, enjoy, public, true, and permission allow any, which means anybody can get this interface without authorization. After saving, I see that my server was reloaded, and now I'm gonna edit URL patterns list and add two paths, with user interface and without user interface, this one and this one, and then save my file. And now I can check it out and put the Swagger to the address line of my beautiful browser. Oops, sorry, now my server on the this port. I see this port is busy for some reason. Okay, let me run it for another one. This one also busy. Okay, let it be 6. Oh, okay, 6 is free. Wow. So this what I got. Very nice and looking really amazing. And here I even have a dock here, right? No, I don't. Okay, let me add another path for documentation. Here you go. Check it out. Wow, very nice. This is my empty documentation and it's looking wonderful. And what about admin interface? Okay, let me see. Admin, I have a form, login. So this is my admin interface with users, groups, and everything that comes out of Django box. They call it Django batteries. Okay, let me split the terminal, then activate virtual environment here, and let me create a couple of new application. The first will be account, probably. Start app account. It creates me a new folder. Good. And the second one will be probably online. Let it be online. So now I have 2 empty applications, and I need to add it to the install apps list account and online. That's it. So now when I have attached this application, I can open the account, for example, open the models py and create the model. What is model? Model is a class, usual Python class, which represents a table, database table, simply. But my class, user profile, for example, will be inherited from the user class of Django box contribution. So I import user class. Okay, now let me create such class, user profile, inherited from user class up here. And then inside this class I need to add several fields. They will be looking like simple property. For example, gender, it will be choices between male, female. Then public name, char field, is online, boolean field, account, decimal field, birthday, data field. Probably that's it. Enough is enough. And now after saving, I see my first exception. It cannot find this kind of thing. It's a special function which used for translating, for internationalization. Okay, let me import it by this very simple string. So now decimal is not defined. Okay, that is quite fixable. Just import decimal. Oh, now it's okay. So my next step will be a the creation of database table, real physical table. To do it, I need to create a new migrations by the command make migrations, and this command will create me file initial py. What is inside this file, I don't really care. Now I need to run my migration by the command migrate, and after that I have a new table in my database. Let's have a look in the backend, db SQLi. I open my tables and see account, user profile with gender, public name, reason line, and blah blah blah, and even with user ptrid. It's a foreign key to the table users inside Django box, inside this one. So this is all what I wanted to tell you today. At the next lesson we will fill out this table user profile with fake profiles. We will create a set of records in this table. Thank you for your attention. Bye, see you later.